Yeah, it's going live. Hey, we are live. Hopefully, we're in the right group. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are on day 8. Day 8 of the 10-day challenge, Awaken to Your Spiritual Gifts. I am your host, Victoria Bond, and I am just going to be here seeing if any comments come up today. So I'm going to wait just a few moments for everyone to jump on. Hello, Helen. Hello, Alyssa. Jump on and say hello if you are here. Can you guys hear me okay? Let's hope that we have some good connections today. My beautiful husband is an electrician by trade, so he's doing some wiring and stuff to make sure we have great connections, because it's our responsibility to make sure that we have great connections no matter what is happening with the internet companies. Okay. Hey, Trina. Hey, Marcy. Hey, Kathy. Hey, Chantal. Hi. So good to see you guys. I'm so happy to be here. First of all, I want to see hey, Cassandra, how are you guys feeling? I have had a really emotional day. As a splenic projector, emotions, I'm an empath, right? So I empath on other people. I'm not usually overly emotional, but I have burst out crying 3 times today. Hey, Rachel. Hey, Linda. Linda, yes, they were by a plant. I thought they were inside in a pot plant. Linda lost her car keys today and said, any psychics, tell me. And I was like, I can see it by a plant, a pot plant, and they were outside. So I love that so much. Hello. So you see me and hear me. Thank you, Julia. Thank you. Okay, so day 8 of Awaken to Your Spiritual Gifts. We have got this nifty little book here, and like I say, every single day we have been through clearing the fear where there was clearing statements, which we switch fear on its head basically and use fear to be a catalyst to go forward in our realities. And as a splenic projector, I feel fear quite often, and it's not something I want to stomp out of my reality. It's just about the expression of fear that I come with, which makes a difference. Gratitude, attitude of gratitude is everything. I don't get out of bed until I'm feeling grateful. So sometimes I sleep in. The kingdom of we, there's a lot of paradox energy going on, and that a lot of intricacies in day 3. Day 4 was signs and synchronicities, and ever since, like, everyone's been going, whoa, feathers and butterflies, opening their eyes up to signs and synchronicities. Super important to learn this when you're wanting to do spirit communication and open up to your own spiritual gifts. Then we did becoming a boss entity clearer. We all went through a mass clearing, something that everyone is still catching up on the replays going, holy shit, and releasing the old sticky, low frequency energies, or the stuff that is no longer serving us. So we have control of what is attached to us or not, whether it be spirit or soul particles, whatever. We go into that on day 5. Day 6 was conversations with spirit, and I really went into telling you guys how I did my first readings, how I got the evidence, how I practiced, and how I was absolutely motherfucking scared of actually doing it. But I did it, and now here we are. And now I've got memberships, and I've got my certification, the Magnificent Mediumship certification, and this is my full-time job. So day 7 was receiving of money and gifts. Okay, a lot of people come into my reality and they go, oh my God, I just got my inheritance given to me early, or I got given a car, or I got given $100,000, or I won five things in 5 days. Like, crazy stuff happens when we start tapping into the energetics of receiving. To be a multiple 6-figure coach, I have to be willing to receive. Otherwise, I'm blocking myself off from receiving. And receiving has everything to do with awareness. And awareness is not judging the good or the bad. It is actually just sitting in the energy of what is energetically correct for me. So we are now at day 8, listening to your intuition. Your intuition is not like mine, and mine is not like yours. So how are we supposed to listen to the moral compass, our own inner compass, right? Not that we have been taught. Okay, very interesting. I received my new passport today. It was a miracle. Yeah, like I received it, right? And a lot of people be like, oh, it came too late, or blah, 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 blah. And we don't see the miracles within, but the miracles within is how we're receiving and how we are perceiving. Good morning, Nicole. Hey, Penny. Penny, you made it to a live. Yay. Had an energetic morning after good night's sleep, after listening to your meditation on YouTube. Thank you. Oh, yay. We can clear more of receiving. Yeah. Hello. I had an emotional day yesterday. After receiving yesterday, I feel on top of the world after the clearing. Beautiful. I saw you in the replay, Marcy, doing that. I burst out crying 3 times today. I am an empath. So my solar plexus, if we're looking at the human design chart, I don't have one on me, but if we look at that, mine is open. When we look at the meridians, right? Not the traditional 7 chakras, but we look more at the more, I want to say, modern day concept of human design. There's 9 main meridians, and the solar plexus is where the emotions sit. Okay. Now mine is what we call open, wide open. I've got a wide open head, a wide open root. I'm a projector, splenic projector. Got 3 defined centers: my throat, my G center, which is where my wisdom sits and my identity, and also my spleen. So when I listen to my intuition, it is very sensatory, very, very quick, very animal-like. And a little bit of fear sits in there as well. It depends on the expression. But anyhow, with the solar plexus, because it's open, I'm very, very open to feeling other people's emotions. Now, to give you an example of this, my daughter, who has a defined solar plexus, so she is emotional. She's an emotional authority. So is my husband. I am not. I'm a splenic authority. Now, she went to school today. My husband messaged me and said, I'm going to be a bit late. She's in tears. She's upset. So I said, is she okay? And we're quite soft parents, like in the way that we emotionally love to support our children, whatever they're going through emotionally. And so we'll wait with our children at school until they say it's okay for us to go. And it wasn't okay for Luke to go. She was quite emotional. And here I am, not knowing that she's crying at school. He messaged me, obviously, at some point. But before he messaged me, I burst out crying. I felt so much love and joy for this challenge. And on the other side, I was like, why am I crying? It was this kind of polarity of what is going on. And then I was like, but when I'm alone, I'm not emo, unless I'm doing an ultimate release. And of course, I realized that my daughter's going through an emotional wave, and I'm deeply connected to my daughter. So there's something I like to teach people in my membership and in my certification, and that's cutting off the cord ties. I actually believe that if we cut the cord ties from our children and our partners and our friends and our clients, then we can energetically feel what our own energy is. Therefore, listen to our own intuition. If I get swept up in other people's emotions, then what actually happens is I'm empathing on them, and we see a lot of pain through the empath when empaths are coming from a place of overstimulation and overwhelm. It can be crippling, to be completely honest with you. This is where we can see people stuck in bed and find it extremely hard to be in the world. And I was one of those people. I was a person in bed going, I only get out of bed when I have to work or have to serve my children or whatever. I don't want to go out to that big bad world because I can feel too much. But we can actually get a balance within this. Now, this may not be you, right? You may not be an overwhelmed emotional empath, right? You may not even have big waves. Maybe you're just like, yeah, I love people and people don't affect me, and that's okay. You will have different superpowers and different ways to listen to your intuition. But I just wanted to share with you a little bit about how I work and being really radically honest, like I promised today. I promised this 10 days I'll be very radically honest. And this challenge has brought me to tears. It has brought me to my freaking knees. Dear God, source, creator, higher self, universe, what will you have me do? What will you have me do in service for you that feels energetically correct for me? Then I've got to listen to my intuition. Then I've got to trust that the universe is working for me, that life isn't happening to me, that I am creating it, including being in the awareness of my own intuition. How does this feel for you? How does this feel? I've worked hard to cut ties and attachments, but then I was left to figure out how to feel love without those attachments. I am having to learn how to feel no attached love. Wow. And I feel like I'm going to sneeze. So I feel like there's definitely some clearings. Wow, Marcy. And I'm so glad that you're coming into Magnificent Mediumship Certification, which is happening in February the 22nd, because when we cut ties, we are not cutting love. We are not cutting so much spirit here today. We are not becoming thoughtless, or, we are not cutting off emotions. I can go tap into my daughter right now and check in and see how she's going. But if I stay attached to her and her emotions, I'm going to ride her waves. And guess what? If you are not an emotional authority, if you've got an open solar plexus in human design, you can go look that up right now, right? If you are, then you're the wave that the people that you love that are emotional, you are going to amplify that. So if they are a 3 out of 10 in emotional waves, so they're going through emotions, you're going to feel like a 7, 8 out of 10. So usually it's myself and my son who are non-emotionals that are like, wah, yeah, feeling all these things. And we've got Adelie and Luke, my husband and my daughter, looking at us like we're crazy. We're amplifying their wave because we're emotional. Because they're emotional and we are empathic. Right? I hope you're still with me. If you don't know about human design, you can go and find out your human design chart. You can even pop it in this thread if you want to. myhumandesign.com. That is Jenna Zoe's one. And you can, or jovianarchives.com, and you can go, it's a free chart. And it will tell you your energy type, your authority, your personality, and you'll be able to see a graph of the defined centers and the open centers. This is a game changer, you guys. It is a game changer. I went to bed crying when I found out, sorry, Spirit is here and they give me a really itchy nose. I went to bed crying because I was like, wow. First of all, I'm not as messed up as I thought I was, and I am extremely psychic. And second of all, oh no, how am I going to keep up with the rest of the world when I'm a projector? So I've been able to decondition, do the unsexy work, taking out some of those systems, those points of views, those considerations, those judgments, projections, expectations of the other, and start going inward and go, okay, I see myself within the other. That is my job as a projector. The way I listen to my spleen, which is my intuition, is A, B, and C. The way that I can help others is by understanding their human design. Everyone that comes into my reality, even, I'm not kidding you, even the girl that I run with, I'm like, can I look up your human design? Thank you. It's really important for me to know who's in my vortex and what their HD is. This is not to judge them or to put them into a box. It's so I can better coach them. It's so I can better understand them. Now, if I go tell an emotional authority, as someone uses their emotions to navigate their intuition, if I go say, fuck it, go take action right now, please. Nah, I don't want to hear anything else. Don't sit with it. Just take action. That's not going to be energetically correct for them. Right? If you guys know what your human design is, by the way, pop it in the chat box. Chantel, my nose is extremely itchy too. Marcia, Lindsay, oh, you guys are so funny. Yeah, my nose is so itchy. And I was doing a one-to-one session today with one of my emotional authorities, funnily enough. And I said to her, every time I talk to you, my nose is itchy because it's a sign for me that spirit is around. So, we got a manifestor, Heidi. I'm so excited that you're in the group. Okay. I've been cord cutting for over a year now. Finally, 1-3 emotional generator, emotional mani-gen. So many emotionals. I attract a lot of emotional beings because I mirror back to them what it is they require to work through. So anyhow, enough about me. We all listen to our intuition differently. Now, when I was functioning as a hairdresser, and I was like, okay, I know I'm meant to do big things in this world. Maybe I buy a chain of salons. maybe I do this, maybe I do that. I was only functioning from one point of view, and that was actually my parents' point of view. Victoria, you're good with your hands. Maybe you should go be a hairdresser. Now, I know I was meant to be a hairdresser. I loved it. I'm not going to lie. I loved it. I only quit because there was something bigger that presented itself, which was this, right? And my body told me very deeply to stop being a hairdresser. I'd start going to sleep when I was cutting hair. Even though I loved doing it, I was like not meant to be doing it. I really wasn't. It was really hard for me to let go of the clients because you build relationships. My body was telling me you're not meant to be doing this. So the reason why I went down the route of getting a trade, that's the word I'm looking for, is because I'm not a university type of girl. Nope, not book smart. Nope, not intelligent enough, not bright enough, can't spell. University is not on the cards for me. Therefore, money probably won't be on the cards for me either, right? I followed my parents' wishes for me to have a good life, which meant I was meant to do what I was good at, which was I'm creative, very creative, obviously psychic as fuck. So I've got a great imagination, which actually helps me read even better. And I didn't see anything else. So I followed, I'm so sorry, my nose is so itchy right now. It is crazy. It's like someone's tickling out with a feather. I followed what I thought the world wanted me to do. Does that feel familiar? I was so afraid of people bringing me down if I wanted to try something new. In fact, my very first Facebook group, I took it down. It was just a group to serve, of course, because I always come from service. But my punctuation and my spelling was so bad that my friend said, Victoria, babe, I've got to tell you, your punctuation and your spelling so bad. And I have to tell you. And I went, oh my God, I'm never going to make anything out of myself. I can't even fucking spell. Of course, I went on to business groups, and there's business groups would be bitching about people who can't spell. And I'd go, hey, I'm dyslexic, but how could have I built a multiple six-figure business if I let something like spelling or punctuation hold me back? Right? I was so scared of being judged. So scared. I was like, I've got to stay on the path that my parents created for me, carefully created and projected and put on me. Now, do we think my parents are happy about what I'm doing now? Well, actually, they don't really know what I do. My dad doesn't get it. And my mom is like, stay away. Don't talk about anything spiritual. You left the church, you know. So when it comes down to it, I'm going to go find my human design. Yes, Chantel, we're going to be bringing more human design into the membership, into the Magnificence membership. So that's something cool. Lindsay's a manifest generator. Yay. Yeah, so good, so good. So good. Yeah, Helen, you need to go find yours. We've got a 4-6 projector. Love my projectors. Love, love, love. Okay, so we do not have to carry everybody, and we do not have to appease everybody. If you've got an open solar plexus, the chances are that you're a people pleaser. Okay. I'm a people pleaser. I had to do a lot of deconditioning work around being a people pleaser and actually go, no, what do I want? We talk about this in this challenge, the kingdom of we. Okay. The fear factor. So, let me get to, we've got a lot of work to get through today, actually, and this work will be worth your time. We had 1 page yesterday with the receiving of gifts and money, 1 page of work to do. I've tried to make this very, very palatable, but also fun and dynamic. And yeah, there is a deep dive, and sometimes there's resistance. I don't want to do the workbook, I don't want to, I'll just listen. But the more you respond in here and you type things in, the more you share verbally. I learned this today, like tell your sister, tell your husband, tell a friend, like I learned this. Can I tell you a little bit about it? The more it is going to be sinking in. So today it's the listening to your intuition. I find human design next level. I'm bringing this more into, well, it is in my program, my certification, because I have to coach people. I know so much about them when I see their blueprint, straight up, right? There's no coaching in the dark because I understand how they work as a blueprint. I don't make it too defined, but I do understand that I'm not going to push my emotional authorities. But if you're splenic or if you are sacral, I'm going to say, what are you waiting for? Go do that thing. No, stop thinking, because you know the answer. So I actually coach people a lot differently depending on their design. So for centuries, society has taught us to function from this. This is not to be dismissed, this brain. This mind is fucking brilliant. It really, really is. But our stomach is essentially, human design aside, our stomach is essentially our second brain. Okay. And honestly, I'm just asking Spirit to step back. There's a lot of information coming into my open head. So essentially, our gut has never lied to us. Now, I've gone and chosen jobs that were lower pay and less hours, and I've functioned from listening to my gut over my head and gone, thank God, because the other salon closed down 3 weeks later, right? We've got to listen to our gut. Our gut will never lie to us. So the way that we listen to our gut, like I say, human design aside, if I'm just generally speaking here, is to understand what our yeses are and what our nos are. Fundamental part of success is understanding what is a yes and what is a no. One thing you might want to know, though, is if you are an emotional authority, and it looks like some of you are, then you may never get an hell yes. You may never ever get absolutely 100 billion% yes, like a sacral or a splenic projector, right? I mean, not projectors, and all the different authorities. You may not get a yes, yes, yes. You may get to an 80% yes, but you may never be 100% yes, because nothing is really, really real in the now. It's real in the future. I always tell my husband and my daughter to sleep on it. If they say, yes, I want to do that, I go, okay, like, hey, daughter, do you want to do swimming? Yes. Okay, great. I'll ask you again in the morning. Nah, I don't really want to do it, Mum. Okay. Why is that? Because if you have an emotional wave, if we are making a decision on a high or a low and we're not kind of like baseline, then we may be saying yes or no for the wrong or right reason, depending. Okay. So it's really, really important for us to understand what a yes feels like. A yes is light and expansive. It's kind of like expanding. Yes. Start thinking, you're like, oh no, I'm scared. I don't want to go do that now. But what was your initial thought? What was your initial feeling? Sorry. What was your initial feeling? If someone says, would you like to do this? I get an instant yes or no, right? Generally speaking here, human design aside. Now, a yes is like this, or for me, it's like, whoop, like kind of like a fanny flutter, right? It's like, whoop, like up like this. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, that excited me. And a no is kind of like a contracted, kind of constricted, kind of like, so someone goes, would you like to go for a walk? My head goes, I should go for a walk. That's a yes. I've got time for that. And then my body, I'm like, what is my body doing? It's like, no, you want to rest. Oh, okay. No, sorry, I'm going to leave it for now. We must listen to our gut and our feeling before our head. Now, of course, there are nuances to this. There are different shades and expressions of this. So for instance, should I leave my job? My body is like, yes. The brain goes, what about paying the bills, right? So the body is saying yes. So then we have to actually ask, well, how can I go ahead and do this? Then we use our brain, right? We use our brain, our logical brain, to figure out how we can get to the things that we are truly wanting as the being. We are the human. This human is your compass. It's your controller. It tells you what you need and how you need it and what you want from giving you senses. And then you've got your being, right? Your being is much bigger. I've said that a lot in this. Hopefully this is making sense to you. So I've even put the humandesign.com in here. Okay. I'm always 3 steps ahead of myself. So your intuition is going to give you the yes or no. Okay. So take a moment to sit quietly and reflect on how in tune you feel with your gut instinct. Now, this is huge. This is huge. People come to me and they will say to me, I don't know what my yes is and I don't know what my no is. Now, if they're not emotional authorities, I get it when people are emotional and they're like, I don't know, because I actually need to ask them more questions. But if somebody who's very instinctual like me, who's like a yes or a no, says, I don't know, it tells me instantly they're in their head and not in their heart and not in their gut. They forgot how to listen to the yes and listen to the no. Sometimes there's a yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. And we've got to ask questions on timing and stuff like that. Questions, write that down, right? Write down questions. Questions is how you develop your intuition. And asking questions like, do I feel like this apple? Or do I feel like there's chips? Your body will go expansive for the thing that it desires. That is a yes. So all of a sudden you find yourself eating the apple and your body is going, oh my God, this is the most delicious apple I've ever had, where your brain, I'm speaking from personal experience here, would have chosen the salty chips. I did that one day and that was the best apple I ever had because my body chose it. Interesting. So we're very much programmed into using our intuition, right? Or listening to other people and what they tell us we should be freaking thinking. Let me have a drink of my drink here. I get the yes, no, yes, no. So is that the timing? Nicole, I have a feeling that you are emotional. You're an emotional manager, are you not? Let me know. I right now I can't remember. I think I'm a 5-1 generator, but I need to double check that. Oh, I like 5-1 generators. I work with 5-1 generators. Oh, Amy, you are too. Yeah, and my husband's one as well. I know the energy very well. Okay. How does this feel for you? How does it feel? Timing of the gut feeling is important when it matches up with a question or event. This is not your immune system kicking in. If that's reacting to a bad environment. Okay. So, yeah, how does this feel for you? How does it feel? So, do you have a receiving problem? If so, where did this originate from? Now, why is this relevant? We've already done this, right? We did this yesterday in receiving money and gifts and energy and vibrations and information and communication, like all a huge part of awakening your spiritual gifts, of course. If you are not willing to receive, then how can you receive from yourself? For me to listen to my gut and say to my husband, despite failing school miserably, now I'm thinking I was ADHD, dyslexic, and all the things. Basically, I'm a superhuman. Despite that, despite the thinking I need to settle down and the only way forward is to get a trade and to live week to week, despite thinking this, that, everything else from what I was being taught and learnt from experience and projections, expectations, systems, and programs, I said, fuck it. Nah, I'm having a life by design. Luke, how would you feel if we were able for you to quit your job and you could come and work full-time in my passion project, which is my business, my Victoria Bond Consulting, where I teach mediumship and I go worldwide and I create a huge, big impact and I could buy you a truck. Maybe we could move to the beach and I'll get you a boat as well. And you can help me with the kids because I find parenting full-time to many gens exhausting and I love them, but they deserve a lot of attention. So how do you feel about that? And he said, that sounds great, babe. And I said, no, I'm serious. No, I'm serious. Like, I'm not kidding. If I could create enough wealth and enough joy and enough, all these things, would you do it with me? And he said, yes. And I said, okay, we're going to do it. We're going to do it in the next 3 months. We did it 3 years ago. We've been making multiple 6 figures every year since. Why did I know it was going to work? How could I take such a chance when I've got children? Stability is extremely important to me, extremely important, because I feel like there was parts of my life where I didn't have that. Actually, most of my life I've been on the bones of my ass and we didn't know. Luke and I were talking yesterday and we said, if a big bill came in, It would swipe us out. Like any savings that we had, even if it was $100, gone. Luke would spend his Sundays ringing up power companies to see how we could swap and what they had available for us so we could save some money here and there. He said, oh my God, we used to function that way. So many people still are, but there's another way. And if you're willing to receive, right? I know we're going quite deep, guys. We're going into kind of like money. Hang on. Luke's giving me something here. Luke's mixed the pages up. Huh. Go figure. I'm just going to keep ripping. Someone gives me words and I'm just like in the middle of a channel. Okay, so anyway, this is what happens when your husband works for you. He can print off the correct stuff and bring it to you and we get onto things straight away. I have felt terrible at times. Then I don't want to be with them all the time and be the perfect mum. Yeah. Did I see Luke's message? Nah, thank you, Helen. I didn't. I saw Luke. 2-4 manifestor. Oh, I know 2-4s very well as well, Heidi. We're going to have so much fun in the membership. And congratulations to those who have chosen to come into this membership. Congratulations. This is going to be amazing. I'm actually going to bring, so this is a side note, I'm going to bring in some spiritual money business stuff into the membership. We've got mastermind stuff, very, very high level spiritual stuff. And also lots of mini videos on walk-ins and demons and entity clearings and spirit communication. And like, it is a whole thing, this membership. It's so much fun. And for those who are coming into the certification as well, which is that next level, so you can be like a qualified reader. Yay, yay, yay. So I just wanted to take congratulations, everyone who's signing up. I'm super stoked for you. Okay, so where were we? Receiving is a huge part of it. I don't think that there was any mistake in us having this conversation today, although the book is messed up. I believe there is no coincidence. So I'm not worried at all. I love that you're laughing, Helen. Loving it. But you've got to be able to receive from yourself. And I think that's what Spirit wants to say today. You've got to receive your own feelings. Now, one of my beautiful, beautiful clients, she said to me today, she messaged me and she said, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm so, so grateful for you, blah, 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 saying all these different things. And she said, I've always been employed by other people and I've always served them and I've always jumped on everything and replied to messages as soon as those messages have come through. And I have essentially had no boundaries. I've had the loosest boundaries because I have been trying to please and appease other people. But you have shown me what healthy boundaries are, with no limitations, with no judgment, with no get the fuck away from me, stop messaging me. It's not like that. But it just means that my client can listen to her gut and say, I don't want to message back to my friend right now, although it will take me 2 minutes. I'm in bed. This is my time. I'll message them when I've got space tomorrow. I have the same with my coach friends. We never expect a response straight away. Sometimes I won't message my friends back for 3 days and go, hey, how's it going? I finally got some space to give you the attention you deserve. But it takes a real authentic energy to be able to listen to what you need rather than everybody else. To say no and to say yes, extremely connected to your intuition, is so important. So when I asked my husband to come into my business, and I did buy him that brand new truck before his 40th birthday, which was like a miracle, and we've just bought another car because our car was literally dying. I literally let him sit on that for a few days because of his authority, because of the way his intuition worked. I knew what I wanted. I knew what I wanted years ago. I knew that what I wanted, I always know what I want. But my best friend, she's an emotional authority, and she said, I never know what I want because nothing is ever 100% for me because she's emotional. We are all so different intuitively, so different. Boundaries are stronger every day, working on boundaries. Yeah, beautiful. So look at your past decisions. Have you used your mind more than your intuition to make your choices? I'm guessing it's a yes. Write down any instances where you feel your mind may have taken you off track. Legit. Let's just sit with this for a second. My mind takes me off track at least once a week, maybe once a day. Let's not pretend that we are all like totally conscious here, right? We've got the subconscious that's going, what about this? What about this? I nearly launched something yesterday. And I was like, no, put it all in the membership, Victoria. Put it all in the membership. Put all your energy into your membership, into your certification. Don't go off track. My head is going, but I need something else. No, I don't. I know that. I know what I need. But do I go off track? Yes. Do I have an ego? Yes. Do I have a mind? Yes. Do I get attachments telling me to do things? Yes. Do I get caught up in other people's energies and start crying because I'm empathing on them, unknowing that I'm actually empathing? Yes. Am I wrong? No. Right? How does this feel with you? Always off track with good. Oh, with food. Yeah, definitely once a day. Yeah, exactly. This world is a roller coaster. And no one, this cup of tea is so good right now. My body really wanted it. Nobody told you that Earth was going to be an easy fucking planet. This is what I talk about a lot in my paid groups. Nobody told you Earth was going to be a picnic. Is there heaven here on Earth? I think so. I think the heaven is within, and I also think the hell is within. Total different conversation. That conversation's for my paid groups. Think about a time when your intuition may have led you astray. Reflect on what you may have done differently and what you can learn from that experience. I love this. This is a paradox. I say to my husband, if I knew what I knew now, would have I carried on our relationship when we were young? Nope. No fucking way. No. Do I regret anything? No way. I would have married somebody else. Everything happened exactly how it was meant to happen. I don't want my daughter hooking up with the love of her life at 16 years old either, right? And going through all the pain of growing up together and deconditioning together. But that's what I chose to do. Would have I done things differently? Yes and no, right? We get to learn from guilt and shame. We get to learn from past behavior. And when we write it down and when we see how we could have done things differently, we need to understand that we're learning this so we don't make the same mistakes again. Your intuition will tell you if something is energetically correct or not. Why is this so connected to awakening to your spiritual gifts? Listen to me carefully. If you don't know what your yes or no's are, if you don't understand how to read energy or to understand yourself a little bit even, right? I know for the emotional authorities, it's a little bit different. That's something we can coach you with. But if you don't know how to hear yourself, how the hell are you going to hear spirit? How the hell are you going to know what's energetically correct for you? When people are coming from this empathic, oh, I don't know, but I love to help people and I put everybody else first. The martyr in you being hung on the cross, I know I get pretty intense here, but being hung on the cross, being a martyr is not going to help the world at all, unless you are Jesus Christ. And of course, his name goes through and he was a man, like that is in history, whatever your take is on Jesus and religion and stuff like that. He definitely was a man. I watched a whole documentary on it. But of course, there's a legacy there, right? But why do people bury themselves? Because of the people pleaser. A, you're not listening properly and you need to listen to yourself, because to know spirit is to know yourself, right? And the other thing as well is, at the end of the day, if you are being a people pleaser, if you are letting your mind take over instead of your intuition, you are hiding. One of my beautiful clients, I don't know if she's here right now, she is overseas in America. She said, Victoria, I did a reading for her on TikTok yesterday, and she goes, you're right, I'm hiding. And I'm going to tell you now that she channels a collective. She has seen aliens with her eyes. She is one of the most powerful, potent mediums I have ever met. And she told me that she was going to put a filter and put a voice changer on her channels. And I said, just a little bit confused. Why? Are you hiding? Messages me a day later and she said, oh my God, I had a total meltdown, a total breakthrough, I like to call it. Because yes, I am hiding. We cannot hide. We have to be willing to be judged. All what I'm sharing with you is gold, okay? We have to be willing to be judged. People can read you anyway. So do you want to live in the pretense, right? Do you want to, we don't have to be like, I believe in this. What do you believe in? We don't have to be abrasive, but we can be honest with how we feel. And sometimes people aren't going to like our response if we're not doing everything for them, if we're choosing ourselves first. You've got to learn how to say yes. You've got to learn how to say no. You've got to understand what your yes and what your no is, decision making, and then you use this brilliant mind. My business didn't just happen because I had a gut feeling. I created it with my mind after the gut feeling. Switch it around. Okay, switch it around. Yeah. Galactic beings. The other thing is, where are we going? Oh, this is another thing as well. And I know this is going to trigger some of you, but when I decided that Luke and I were going, my intuition took me to this place of I'm going to be a reader, I'm going to be an author, I'm going to create a certification, magnificent mediumship, I'm going to create memberships, I'm going to create free stuff like a real free source energy, like podcasts, and give me an emoji or give me some love if you listen to my podcast, please. I just put a really good one out today. Podcasts and free content. I'm going to make money so I can do free fucking programs, right? This has been my mission for so long, and I'm going to do one for teenagers in the years to come. I want to make a really big impact. When this happened to me, I had to literally trust and have faith and take some steps forward. And I had no money. No money. My husband leaving his job was crazy. We just built a house and we worked our ass off to do that. Like what we had to do to get that house. I mean, seriously, Luke's probably laughing right now because he's just like, wow, we work so hard, right? Whilst having babies and stuff. The point being is I invested in myself before I made the money. My gut told me when this coach popped up online, I didn't even know what a coach was. I had no idea what a coach was. I just knew I wanted to be some type of spiritual impact leader. Like I just was like, I got to share this shit. I've got so much knowledge to share and I don't know why. And I don't know if anyone's interested. So I started doing free stuff. Long story short, this coach popped out at me and I listened to her and I was like, I messaged her and she said, yeah, come and work. It's $1,500 and you can buy my program. And I was like, $1,500? Are you crazy? I don't have $1,500. Could have been $50,000. Like, no. But I made it work. I went on a payment plan. I did the thing. My life changed. Next minute, I'm doing one-to-one with her. So it's $1,500 a month, right? Next minute, like she said, I can't work with you any longer because you have outgrown the capacity of my coaching. I'm like, okay, then. So another coach popped in. She was $10,000 for 5 weeks. And I was like, Luke, I've got to find 10K. How do we find it? Found the 10K, invested it, did it. Some would think this is selfish. Some brains would say, no, 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 no. Do not spend money on yourself, especially because you're a woman, right? Like, just saying, that can be quite real in some of our lineages. Be a mum. Why are you so ambitious? Just be satisfied for what you've got. Don't you want to just be a stay-at-home mum? Your kids are growing up so quickly. Don't waste your time. Your job as a hairdresser, you're making good money. Fuck, no, I wasn't, right? I wasn't. Everything in my body was telling me to invest. Everything in my body was telling me to create impact. Did I need the coaches? No, I didn't need the coaches. Would have I got to where I am now without the coaches? No, because I didn't believe in myself, because I didn't know I could be a multiple six-figure coach because I passed school. So how the fuck am I going to learn how to use a computer? I hated computers. I was scared of computers. I blew computers up, literally. I would go to our office and say, Luke, and I wouldn't look at the computer. I hated the computer. I did all of that. Now, I don't know if you are ambitious. I don't know if you've got that burning desire. Maybe it's not in your destiny. You know, though, because you know your intuition, right? You know your gut. If you've got the fire, the burning fire, and you know your why, this is what I go through with my one-to-ones. Do you know what your why is? Do you know how? Do you know what it is? Do you know what your mission is on earth? If this stuff resonates, some of you it won't, because some of you literally, you can cruise in your life and joy is enough and you're activating the world and you're doing a great job. For me, I am not satisfied. I am here to be successful. Success comes from doing this, whether I get paid or not. I always trust that I'm looked after financially. To be ballsy and brave is to listen to your intuition, because your intuition will not lie. Have I ever ended up in the shit by listening to my intuition? Nope. Have I created burnout in my life? Yes. Got to do more, got to do more, got to do more, got to do more. Got to keep up with all the generators. Human design is a whole new conversation. But as a projector, I'm not here to work 10-hour days. Can I? Yes. I can work harder than most people I know, but not for long. Okay. So let's have a look at this. I just have to okay. Yeah, but I feel pulled to be more. Money has always been a fair crutch. Yeah. I used to people please because I thought it was to make them happy, but have worked out it was because I wanted them to like me. I am now hiding away from people pleasing, other than closest friends, as I don't want to be noticed right now. Interesting. I've ended up in more shit not listening. You've got to listen. People say to me, but do you want to come work with me? And I quite like to teach people how to use their intuition. So for instance, if people have a sales call with me, I won't say, do it, do it, do it. I'll be like, what does your gut tell you? And I'll coach them to see what their gut tells them, right? I don't want people that are not ready. And if you're ready, you'll find the money. It's just the way it goes. But the head will lie to you. The head will take you on random paths, and sometimes those paths do not lead to your enlightened self. Now, that is because we've used the head in a way that it's not, the mind in a way that it's not meant to be used. We're meant to use our gut. We're meant to use our feelings. That's why I attract so many emotional beings, because we're meant to use our intuition and then use our mind to go forward in our business. I'm going to have a business meeting with Luke after this. I'm going to use my brain. My brain and my logical sense is more masculine. It's more active, right? And my gut is kind of more feminine. It's like listening to myself. Okay, so let me have a look at what else we have here. Pay attention to your body's physical sensations and you will receive an intuitive yes. How does your body feel? When you get a yes, how does your body feel? Now, someone said to me, would you like to come and do this 3-day program? My head said I should. It was like a body program for access consciousness. I had the money, so I was like, it's a no-brainer. Of course I should do that. And my gut just went, nope. And I said, no, thank you. Someone goes, would you like to come out for dinner with us? Da, 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 da. My head goes, yeah, I've been asking for this. My gut goes, nope. I'm like, hang on, is this resistance or is it unaligned? A sinking feeling for me is literally unaligned. Resistant feels like, I want to, but I don't. I want to, but I don't. I want to, but I don't. And when I've got the yes, no, I want to open up and step up and go, here I am doing a 10-day challenge. Do I have resistance? Yes. Should I be using so much of my special projected time to serve for free? Yes. The brain was like, no. No. You're charging $2,000 an hour. Why would you go and do this stuff for free? You know, my gut was like, yes, this is going to create so much more, Victoria. What do you think I listened to? Some people think I'm crazy for doing this. My coach is like, you're crazy for doing this, right? Yeah, resistance. What is that resistance? And I will say to people, do you want to work with me? And they'll be like, yes. Do you want to do this? No. Okay, cool. Do you want to do this? Yes. How does that feel? Good. Okay. Would you want to come work with me? No, because I don't want to grow yet. And that's okay. We've got to listen to our gut, and this is what I work with my husband on, is like, well, do you want this or do you want that? And he will be like, I want this. I'll be like, okay, let's sleep on it, come back to it, and then you can choose that. Will it create you more? So number one question. Luke's like, I want to buy a new motor, babe. It's $3,000. This was a couple of years ago. And I said, cool. Will it create some more for you? Will it create money for you? And he said, well, no, because cars never, no, it's not going to create more money for me. And I said, but will it create more joy for you? He goes, yes, hell yes. And I said, well, definitely do it, because joy creates money. We're going backwards and forwards. Okay. So some of you are probably going, yeah, money doesn't create joy. Joy creates money. So therefore, you choose a thing that brings you joy, go for it, even if it doesn't seem tangible or linear. You will create money. That is how people come into my vortex, if it's energetically correct, and make $100,000 gifted to them, get given a car, get new clients, get whatever, like presents and and going, what the hell? This is insane, because they chose for themselves. And the universe said, you gave to yourself and I'm going to give to you. Make sense? My gut brought me to you. Yay. Yeah. Okay. So what else do we have? Pay attention to your body. I get emotional when something's energetically correct. So on my one-to-one call today, I was like, oh, I'm feeling emotional, so this is correct. I get goosebumps up here. I'm splenic, so I'm very much like an animal. Like I'm very like I can get spooked easily. But how do you listen to your intuition, right? How do you listen to your intuition? So pay attention to your body sensations when you receive a no as well. I've put these in here for you guys to take responsibility and go and figure out your yeses and figure out your nos. This is how you upgrade and expand more into your awakening, into your spiritual gifts. This is how I became a really fucking fantastic reader, because I can back myself, because I know myself, because to know spirit is to know me. Reflect on how you can incorporate listening to your intuition more in your daily life. Okay, I'm going to sneeze. Excuse me. So much releasing going in these sessions. Do you guys feel how powerful these sessions are? Like, these sessions are literally, this is a snippet of what people can expect in my groups and stuff. But in my groups, we have more interaction and I help people individually go through the stuff. But this is kind of like that feeling of the codes come through and people transform in these sessions. I swear to God. So they're co-created. Okay. So what are the specific steps that you can take to trust and rely on your intuition more? For instance, food. Do I require some water? Do I require some salt or sugar? Do I require some pleasure? Do I require a nap? What are those basics of the human? What does my human require? I know I really require some grounding because of all the emotions. So today we're going to be going to the beach and really kind of like after we do our extracurriculum school activities, we'll go to the beach to just come back, because we get so up here spiritually and even in our heads. And it's really important to go, body, what do I need? I've been putting this on all day. It's a mixture of all the different oils that I like. So I've got my Paleo Santo, I'm having my cup of tea. What does my body require? This is a daily practice that you can add in beyond the to-do list. Start functioning. Do I feel like an orgasmic energy? Do I feel like having something to eat? Do I feel like a swim? Body, what do you feel like? Your body is not you. You have a body, but you are also a spirit, right? So actually asking the body, and that's why I enjoy the apple so much, because my body was like, oh, apple. And I was like, ooh, apple? I don't like apples, do I? And I ate it and I was like, oh my God, this is the best apple I've ever had in my life. I ate it right down to the core. Okay, so reflect on the benefits. Being grateful for the smaller things in life, such as a smile from a stranger or the breeze on your skin on a hot day, literally opens up the abundance and gifts from spirit. Gifts from spirit can come in many forms, such as communication presence, the gift of energy, and even bright ideas. Yep. Ideas are always coming in and we think it's from us, but a lot of the time it's not. If you can think it, then you can have it. It's already in your vortex. So be grateful already because it's on its way. If you can think it, I thought about the platform mediumship in the book and doing lives and doing free challenges with amazing books, like with booklets like this. I thought about doing these things, the membership, which is a spiritual school, and then the certification and the one-to-one. I thought everything before I had it. Having is the evidence of wanting. And I cleaned out all the shit so I could start receiving more, right? More comes in because we're programmed. We're in the matrix here. Then I clean it out and then I step forward, right? It's this ongoing thing here on planet Earth. How does this feel for you guys? Okay. This is listening to your intuition, and I can't believe it's nearly been a whole hour already. So I would love to know in the chat box now, I don't even know how many people are here, what is resonating with you? What is the golden nugget that you have taken from this conversation today? Listening to your intuition. Everything I'm talking about in this challenge has been downloaded from spirit and from myself, my higher self, to give you the best experience. It's up to you how much you take from it. It's up to you if you go up and beyond and you do the workbook. It's up to you if you are engaging, right? And there's no right or wrong. You take what you need. You leave the rest. It's in the group. You can come back and re-watch anything. But I would love to know, just one? How? We don't have it all day, but definitely you can write one. Oh, Erica, and I can't wait, Erica, to see you in the group again, into the membership as well. Feeling so expansive, so many golden nuggets. There's so much. I can't pick my favorite. What is one? What is one thing? What's one golden nugget? Because we don't want to distort or generalize or delete. Okay. I am a life coach. I know all these codes, but we don't want to distort, generalize, or delete. So what is something, a golden key that you can take today, that you can take today and repeat it to somebody to really anchor it in? I desire, although this is free, this is packed full of value. I desire for people's lives to transform in this reality. Okay. Remembering that my body always knows, the clearing out to make more room. Currently at the hospital with my partner, so my spiritual gifts are being challenged. Oh, darling, after an eventful night and early morning. Oh, honey, how are you? Let me know if there's anything I can do for you. This is my new favorite challenge day, Rachel. That's so cool. Yeah, we went deep today. We went deep today, and your life is going to transform when you find your human design. Joy creates money. Trusting my knowing is always going to be right. Yeah. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Listen, I love that so much, Jenny. Okay, so if you want to go into the draw to win the 30-minute session with me, please take a photo. If you want to, put it on your stories, share it on your Facebook group, invite your friends. We are really growing this community, and I am coming from a heart space of contribution, of community, and you can find that on my podcast this week. I believe my team has just uploaded it on community. I've changed this group to not be Victoria Awaken with Victoria Bond. It is Awaken Community with Victoria Bond. We are a community here. I'm feeling stirred. Yeah, was fibbly gibbly before the session. But you've also just jumped into my membership. So when people jump into my membership, what happens is you're going to instantly start getting activated. My hands are like so spiky, tingly right now. I'm feeling like lots of things. So people come into my reality and I instantly go and work on your energy. Like I instantly, it's just something that happens automatically. My guides come in and start removing anything that is not like implants or anything that is not energetically serving you. You, of course, have choice on this. I don't impose on your energy. There's always an asking and a permission of that. But when people do come sleepy, emotional and sleepy, yeah, Jess, and you're with me as well. So you guys are going through massive, big openings up of your energy. Anyone in my reality is going through big awareness shifts, okay, even in this group here, okay, and this is the freebie, so imagine what it's like being in the other ones. But I am going to leave that there. Everything, stop questioning myself. Yeah, okay, feel like spiders are crawling in and around my eyes. I'm feeling that as well. Like I'm like, oh, I feel like there's this energy, and that is just literally we are becoming more aware of our bodies. When your body is and I can't wait to see your human design, Chantel. So we're going to go into that more in the membership. So yeah, let me know how you guys feel. We've been here for an hour, and I promise I actually thought these were going to be half an hour sessions, but pop it in the Facebook group. How are you feeling? How are you enjoying this thing? Be a contribution and share in this community. Share in the community in the Facebook group, Awaken Community of Victoria Bond. What is unraveling for you during this challenge? We have got 2 more days together. Some of you have already joined the membership. The membership is going to be cranking up. I'm putting in business stuff. I'm putting in more activations, more spiritual stuff. We have weekly calls. It's $19 USD at the moment, introductory price. That will be changing, but if you get in now, we lock that in for the lifetime that you are in the membership. I am going to love you guys and leave you. So much to get done, and thank you for all of those new people who are in this community. If you're not on my TikTok yet, go check it out, Victoria Bond Mediumship. So much fun. Some of you have connected from TikTok. And if you want to know how you can work with me closer, then just hit me up in the DMs and I will probably voice message you and get back to you. So much love. Bye for now.